I think music is one of the hardest ones of the entertainment to not get caught up in a destructive thing where you're working all the time, but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And like, because it takes so much time to be in the studio, you're there all day, and you can easily burn a few months on something that you're like, all right, maybe I got paid, maybe I didn't, but I also just got caught up in this thing that's not going anywhere.
Right.
And then there goes a few months of your life, and it doesn't come out, which is a big thing nowadays. So much stuff doesn't come out.
Yeah.
When I started, everything came out. It cost so much money to do it. You're like, oh, this is coming out.
Yeah,
We're going to put up a brick or a platinum album, but it's coming out.
Right.
And we only did 14 songs, so we'll pick 12, and that's it. And now, like, these records, they do 100 songs. It's insane.
Yeah, if it's unfortunate. There's some of my greatest work has never been heard.
Same.
And, yeah, and it's that is painful because I'm so about the work and I'm so about the feeling of the work and making people feel emotions, making myself feel emotions first, and then the people feel. So for them not to have an opportunity to hear that and have that emotion is really unfortunate. And it's always politics. It's always something about a deal or whatever. They're no longer working with this company or whatever. And so, it can't come out.
Can't come out. It's circumstance. You just don't get chosen. At a certain point, unless it's like the single, or I've seen records where they start in one sound or one direction with like big artists. And by the time the 100-ish songs are done, we're somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so these songs don't fit the album anymore, and they're great. And then they just go on a shelf, and that's it.
Yeah. I've been lucky. I don't, I don't do a lot of sessions. Strangely enough, I have a session today, but she's super dope.
Okay. What do you mean by you don't do a lot of sessions, for those who don't know what that is?
So in today's industry, especially in LA, a producer gets with a songwriter or writers, and most of the time they don't know each other, and then they have to make a baby, and that's what I feel like it is.
A music baby.
Yes, and so I'm not gonna have sex with everybody on the first date. I used to do that, but yeah, I mean, there has to be a connection to that person, and if you're just talking about making a hit or pulling up Spotify and trying to emulate the top on New Music Friday or something like that, that is not my vibe. I'm more of a person.
Do people still do that?
I know people that do that. Yeah, I'm the type of person, I want to talk to you for a week and a half, and I want to hear the things. That's when the psychology comes in. I want to hear the things that you weren't able to say before because of some bigger production company or label or A&R over you is really pushing you towards a different sound. So I want to say, what are you really into? And then you're going to say the regurgitated statement that you always say.
Yeah, I'm a mix of this and that.
Yeah,
with a little bit of this.
I'm Drake mixed with, I don't know. And then eventually you get to what you really love. And
I'm 2011 Drake mixed with 2021 Drake. So it's like it's like a 2016 Drake.
Wow. But I'm a little bit different. You always add that.
Right.
But that's what happened when I started working with C.S. Armstrong. They wanted to make him into, at the time, Lloyd. You remember Lloyd?
Oh yeah, like Cash Money Lloyd.
I think it was Cash Money.
I don't know if he was ever signed to them, but he was doing a lot of stuff with Wayne at the time, and
maybe, I don't remember, but he had that one hit. Stop, wait a minute.
Yeah,
whatever.
That was so huge.
Yeah, that was a big song. Yeah. It's a good song.
Yeah.
But at the time, I remember Chauncey telling me that he was working with somebody and they wanted to make him the new age Lloyd, and I was like, ugh, you have such a powerful voice, and it wasn't as powerful as it is now. But since he had this kind of limiter, once he got to his peak, he actually limited himself. And so we had conversations for a while, and then I started saying, it sounds like you really like this more than you like this. He's like, yeah. And so I just try to help an artist actually get to the voice that's been hidden. The way I like to frame it is most A&Rs or whatever, they tie the dog to a tree and they know their limit. Mm-hmm. I put electric fence around, electric collar around their neck. So there is a limit. Yeah. But there's a freedom there that they're exploring and they're playing around in. But then there's a limit. Oh, okay, you're going.
Then you zap the shit out of them.
Yeah, you're like, okay, now you're going way off the deep end, way off the reservation. So that's how I like to work. And I don't remember the original question.
No, I didn't. But that's important stuff because it's like you're trying to figure out who you're going to be able to do the best work with.
Yeah.
And like we're all on this earth for a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
Right. So why not work with people you really like?
Yeah. Why not be excited?
Yeah. And get that, because excitement leads to the best product.
Yes.
When you're in the room and you're excited, there's nothing better than being excited. When you press play and everyone likes it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a good feeling.
Yeah. I remember our second Charlie Red album, our manager was meeting with some people that wanted to market us, and he played the entire album. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there because we've had it for a while and I still love it, but I'm like, they got time. Like they'll have time with it. And he's like, I just love it so much. And it's just good. It's good to hear that from people that you work with.
Yeah. When they're like, play it again.
Yeah. Like, okay, number 2, number 3.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.